So what do you got here? This is the registration papers?
Yes, interstate voter registration form, basic, pretty simple.
And I'm gonna be up front with you, man. I don't vote. I've never.
Registration form. I don't know if it was just too much for you to like if it's overwhelming to think about filling out paperwork to do. It's a very simple thing. It's just it's a basic, and it's a basic function of being a citizen in a democracy. Even a democracy such as it is, it's a republic. So here's a registration form. I was wondering if you have you registered to vote yet, sir? Or?
I actually don't believe in voting. I understand the importance of it, but I myself never found myself to be qualified to vote. I think my opinion on voting is if it doesn't affect me and my personal well-being, I don't give a fuck, to be quite honest with you. No matter how I think, there's going to be someone in the world that thinks the complete opposite of me. Even if I change my favorite color, there's somebody there that's going to be exact opposite. And I can't tell that person what's best for their own life. I believe in planting trees. And I would plant 1 million trees a year. And if there was a candidate that says, let's go, let's plant trees, let's push for the environment, let's do it, and all of a sudden they say, but fuck abortion. I don't have the right to say what's best for somebody else. If it doesn't affect me in my immediate life, I don't have any concern. If someone says, let's plant 1 million trees, I'm all for it, but if they tell me that abortion's against the rules, who am I to make up a decision for another human being that I have no idea what it's like to live as?
But that would be your vote. You would be voting for somebody who would align with your views to the best of their ability.
To the best of their ability.
No one will. Yeah, no. I know. I understand that. No one will completely agree. Somebody advocates that you're not in favor of.
Mm-hmm.
That's always going to happen. But the best you can do is to maybe vote for the person that you feel has the best chance of getting forward the things you most believe in. And the things that you believe in, the things that you say don't affect you, they do in big ways. It's just that they don't affect you on a personal minute-to-minute basis. You won't notice it, but
I've never noticed it. I've managed to wake up every day, go to work, come home, and go to sleep. Regardless of who's been in office or whatnot. I can't advocate what's best for another person's agenda or movement. And let's put it this way. I have a buddy that studies rocks. Personally, I find it so boring. And he can list off all these different types of minerals, all these different types of reasons why rocks are important. And I'm all for it. I'm happy that he's dedicated his time and energy into studying these things. But I personally can't. But in the meantime, I'm worried about our trees. I'm worried about our forest. And by keeping our ideas separate and keeping our interests separate, as a community, as itself, pushes us forward already. So by his interest in rocks and my interest in trees, we can collaborate over that. But I'm going to leave the rock stuff to him, and he can leave the tree stuff to me. Now, that's how my life is affected by any of this stuff. But it's going to move on like that regardless of who's in office. I'm going to find a way to continue to do my job and speak for the trees. I'm going to continue to do all that stuff. I'm not going to speak for a woman I have no understanding of. I'm never going to wake up and be you. I'm never going to wake up and be anyone but myself. And whatever position the woman is in where she wants an abortion, I can't make up that decision. Whether it's just, I mean, if she's going out and having fun, like, I'm not advocating that, but, like, I can't take that right away from her. Just because I'm getting trees planted, I could do that regardless of who's in office.
But then depends on, well, what level are you thinking about voting? Are you or not voting? On a very local level? On a
I don't
national
vote
level?
at all.
So
Never
by
voted
not
before in my
voting
life.
for, say, Ronald Reagan, somebody in, depending on what administration ends up winning the election, they have, especially if the Congress is at the same party, then they can work with the Congress. They can push forward whatever agenda they want. If you had any say in that, and you disagree with the agenda that they had, say you have a very anti-environmental administration, they're more interested in drilling for oil or mining in, say, wetlands or national parks, and that doesn't affect you personally, but on a larger scale, that would affect larger environmental issues, larger environmental impact. So it might not affect you personally right here, but you could have a say in changing that to more align with your beliefs.
So let's say that we're stranded on an island, and we'll make the number simple. We'll make 10 people. It's an easy number to think of, and we come across a fully functioning helicopter. This is our ticket off the island, but we need someone to figure out who's going to operate this thing and get us to safety. Now, I have no skills in operating this thing, but clearly this is our one way off, and the town needs to take, us 10 need to take a vote on who would be the best advocate. Now, people might say, I play video games, I'm good with hand-eye coordination, or I'm familiar with these because I drove such and such a vehicle. But none of us have really experienced flying. I don't want to be responsible for choosing the guy that's going to crash that helicopter. Your guess is as good as mine, and I think it's fine that I'm not qualified to put my vote in to say, hey, you guys can figure it out. I'll ride the wave. I don't advocate any of that stuff.
Cut.